Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel, here to talk about WWE Friday Night Smackdown, June 30th, the go-home show for Money in the Bank tomorrow at the O2 Arena in London. Pretty good go-home show, I thought, for Money in the Bank. You had two title matches. One to kick off the show and the undisputed tag titles, and then Auska and Charlotte, the last match, basically the last match of the show. So that was the first match of the show, the tag match, and then basically the last match, because the Bloodline segment was last, obviously. Auska and Charlotte was the last match of the night. So championship matches, I thought they were pretty good. You had the Grayson Waller effect, another talk show for Grayson Waller by reporting the wrestling news. The last one I did, he had a broken leg and he's still recovering from that. There's no timetable for his return, but so he's just going to do his talk shows instead. But when he gets healthy, he's actually going to wrestle. But he had a good Grayson Waller effect segment with Logan Paul. Then LA Knight came out there, got a good positive crowd reaction. Crowd going crazy for LA Knight. If he doesn't win the Money in the Bank, then I don't know what the fuck Vince McMahon's thinking. But really, that's the main stuff that happened on the show. You had other things, but it wasn't really as important. But the championship matches I thought were good. Grayson Waller effect, and then the Bloodline Civil War segment, basically the main event. But let's get into the show here. So to start the show, we have the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Pretty Daly for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are so over. They're getting they got Pretty Daly booed in their own place, getting booed. But just Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens cannot do any wrong, like, ever. That was a fun little tag team title match, and they retained. Obviously, they were going to retain over Pretty Dead Lee. Get it? But Pretty Deadly, they're really good in the ring. It's just on the mic they're not so good. It's just in the ring, they're pretty talented. They're really good. But I hope KO was okay. He was probably just selling. I think a lot of people are like, oh, is he actually hurt? But I think he's fine. I don't think he's legitimately hurt. But it was a fun tag match, and Pretty Deadly's got a good wrestling team now to the division. They're just not too good on the microphone right now. Hopefully that'll improve as time goes. Next, backstage segment with Adam Pearce, talking about the good crowd there in London, and then the Brawling Brutes come back there, and Ridge Holland wants to get some revenge on Sol Sikoa after he hit him with that, or Sikoa, excuse me, with the Samoan Spike. But Adam Pearce wouldn't let that happen because the Bloodline already had a segment in the main event. So instead, he gave him a championship contenders match against Austin Theory. So now, they go from the Bloodline back to Austin Theory. Whatever. Championship contenders match. Austin Theory gets the win. I just hate championship contenders matches. They make no sense. That's kind of just lazy booking, having a championship contenders match. They just have no idea what to do with Austin Theory right now. I would just be happy if he lost the title at this point, because he's doing nothing for the title. He's not helping that United States Championship. I kind of forgot he was even the champion. Like, I still think he's a bright future, but Jesus Christ. Having him championship contenders matches. Obviously, he beats Ridge Holland, obviously, so there's that. He beats him up. After the match, Sheamus comes down and saves him. So I guess we're going to get Sheamus and Austin Theory at some point soon. Next, Karrion Kross had a backstage vignette, basically challenging AJ Styles, I think, to a match or something. I don't know when, so I wasn't really paying attention, but all I heard was that. So yeah, and then we get an OC promo or a segment backstage or something. Accepts the challenge, so I guess we're going to get the OC or AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. So yeah, maybe AJ Styles there gets the win after Karrion Kross beat him like 2 weeks ago. Next, the Bloodline gets a video package, pretty much highlighting up to this point over the story. Everything that's happened since then, from Night of Champions all the way till where Jimmy Uso super kicked, or Jey Uso super kicked Roman Reigns. I think last week. It's either last week or the week before, I can't remember. But yeah, it was a good video package. WWE never misses on their video packages. Next, Bayley versus Shotzi from 2 weeks ago, remember? Where EO accepted that challenge for Bayley that Shotzi issued. If Bayley lost, she'd be on Money in the Bank. Shotzi takes her place, but Bayley gets the win, and Bayley's going to keep her place in Money in the Bank after EO struck the referee. Shotzi went to hit her. Bayley scrapes her knives, so the ref's not looking, hits her finisher. And 1, 2, 3. Bayley wins. Shotzi takes another L. And then backstage, she goes up and starts beating the shit out, and then Bayley and EO take advantage, suplex her onto the table, and then they cut her hair, like her ponytail. Was that really necessary? Was that really necessary? It's probably what... I don't know. I don't know if that was necessary. Next, we have the Grayson Waller effect with Logan Paul. And he's getting booed, boo, out there. But then here comes the megastar LA Knight. Crowd's big pop for LA Knight as his intro music hits. They're saying LA Knight. Yeah, out there. And Logan Paul basically saying, "Are you really the megastar? Or are you a megastar?" And basically says, basically bringing up him as a manager for the Maximum Male Models is Max Dupree. And he basically said, LA Knight, and basically said, "You must not know who I am." And then the crowd said, LA Knight. But he's so over with the crowd. If he doesn't win Money in the Bank, then what are we doing here? Maybe they're still at a creative war. Maybe Logan Paul, maybe Vince McMahon wants Logan Paul to win. Triple H wants LA Knight to win. But I will say one thing: Butch ain't winning because he climbed up, took the briefcase, so he can rule Becky Lynch and Butch out of in their 2 matches of winning because they already grabbed the briefcase on Monday and then tonight on Friday. So Butch basically started a brawl, and next week a triple threat match, Butch versus Santos, and LA Knight, a triple threat match. Butch gets the win, so he basically ruled Butch out of winning Money in the Bank because he grabbed the briefcase and then won the triple threat. This looking good for LA Knight that he's going to win tomorrow. And the FC Accept Crosses challenge, whatever. Next, Auska versus Charlotte and a DQ finish. You knew Bianca Belair was going to interfere, and she did. And she interfered, obviously. Then Bianca Belair, with a KOD or suplex, Charlotte Flair on the table, and that's a KOD to Auska on Charlotte Flair on the table, and there's that. I like this more aggressive heel side. She might as well be a heel. Bianca Belair is a heel, so Auska wins via DQ finish and retains the belt. Thank God. So the Bloodline Civil War segment, which was your main event. And basically, this is a really good segment. Also, you had the brawl there at the end. The Usos looking strong, come out tall from this from the segment, but Roman Reigns was basically out there laughing at the thought of Solo Sikoa becoming the, quote, tribal chief, as the Usos said, and Roman Reigns is out there laughing at the thought of Solo Sikoa becoming the tribal chief. That's basically a seed planted. But I really wouldn't be opposed to Solo dethroning Roman. I wouldn't be opposed. Because me either, because I think that is where they might go. Maybe towards Solo and Roman, maybe. Maybe it's going to end in a no contest, but I don't know. I hope it doesn't. But this is amazing. I really love the ending of Smackdown. But maybe Solo maybe could fall in line with his brothers, the Usos. We'll just have to see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Money in the Bank. With the Money in the Bank matches. Especially the Bloodline, which will probably be the main event, most likely. Even though Michael Cole, I think, said something like Dominic and Cody Rhodes, but I think it'll be the multiple main event matches they do for some reason. I think the Bloodline will be the main event. There's no way anything's main event over the Bloodline. But yeah. But I'll give it an 8 out of 10 show. I thought it was a pretty good show for the Go Home show. It's just a show feels a lot more important on SmackDown with the Bloodline and stuff. There was a good show. That's all I'll say. So until next Mac Live. Peace.